Hey, Cha-Ching Blob here. Welcome to my channel. I'm about to show you 3 real ways people are making money with ChatGPT, and almost nobody's talking about them yet. While everyone else is using AI for boring stuff like blog posts and basic chatbots, parents are paying $40 to $100 per order for simple AI-powered services. And no, you don't need to code, design, or spend all day doing this. Some of these take under an hour per order once you know the process. I've tested a ton of those make money with ChatGPT ideas out there. And honestly, about 90% are a complete waste of time. But these 3, they're different. They're emotional. They're personalized, and that's exactly why people happily pay for them. In a second, I'll show you real examples, how they're made with AI and why competition is still ridiculously low. So if you want a side hustle where customers love what you deliver, tell their friends, and you're not fighting hundreds of sellers, then stick around. Quick pause though, because this matters. This video is not for people looking for push-button money or shortcuts, but if you're someone who's okay doing simple, reputable work, using AI as a tool instead of magic, and building something real that compounds, you're in the right place. You don't need experience, you don't need an audience, you just need to be willing to follow a process. Alright, let's start with number 1, and this one is an emotional goldmine. Personalized children's storybooks, where the child is literally the hero of the story. Parents go bananas for this. Think about it. What mom or dad wouldn't want to see their kid light up as the main character in a bedtime story? That emotional pull is so strong, parents happily pay premium prices without hesitation. And here's the wild part. Almost nobody is doing this. I checked Etsy. You can count the sellers offering custom kids storybooks on one hand. Meanwhile, those few sellers, they have hundreds of glowing reviews. They're making constant sales. There's huge demand, but only a tiny supply. And that's what I call opportunity, my friend. So, how does this actually work? It's way easier than it sounds. When an order comes in, the parent sends you a photo of their child. That's your hero. You use an AI image tool to turn that photo into a cute cartoon version of the child, something they'll instantly recognize as them. That part really matters. Next, you grab the child's name and the theme they love, like dinosaurs, space, princesses, superheroes, or whatever. Then you fire up ChatGPT and have it generate a short story where the child is the main character, with the title, of course. To make things even easier, ask ChatGPT to give you a short image description for each page. That tells you exactly what visuals to create. Using those descriptions, you generate the illustrations with AI. Just make sure the art style stays consistent across every page, because this is what makes it feel professional. Now let me show you exactly how to keep the art style consistent, because this is where most people mess it up. Here's a simple trick you can use inside ChatGPT. First, you lock the style once. You tell ChatGPT to act like your storybook art director and create a style that never changes. You are my children's storybook art director. Create a locked illustration style for a 20-page children's book. Style is soft watercolor storybook. Warm pastel colors, gentle lighting, rounded shapes, clean, thin outlines, playful but professional, consistent character proportions, simple backgrounds, no style changes. Once you do that, every page uses the same anchor. Then, for each page, you just do this. Using the exact same watercolor storybook style described above, create an illustration for page 3. Scene with the child's name. For this example, we'll use Jamie, exploring a dinosaur jungle, smiling, wide-eyed, friendly dinosaurs in the background. Keep the same character appearance, colors, lighting, and art style. That's it. Once you've got the text and images, you drop everything into Canva. Simple layouts, colorful pages, fun, clean design. Now, this part is critical. The cover. The cover should scream personalization. Big title. The kid's name, their face front and center. Parents often decide to buy just from the cover alone. They see their child's name and image, and they're sold. From there, you deliver it as a digital PDF or offer a printed version using a third-party service. And here's the real magic of this business. You're not selling a book, you're selling a moment. That moment when a kid sees themselves as the hero of a story, parents live for that. Picture this, it's a birthday coming up, or a holiday, or bedtime after a long day, whatever. A parent isn't comparing prices, they're thinking, this is something my kid will remember. That's why they don't hesitate at 40 and 60, even $100. You're not competing with books. You're competing with toys and experiences. Because it's so personal and unique, people comfortably pay that much per book. And with almost no competition right now, this is one of the cleanest opportunities on this list. Now you might be thinking, but what if I'm not creative? That's exactly why this works. You're not inventing stories from scratch. You're guiding AI with structure. Creativity here is about asking the right questions, not being an artist. Now, let's move on to the next method. And this one is on fire right now, custom AI art portraits. You've probably seen this idea before. Turn your photo into a painting. But AI takes this to a completely different level. Here's how it works. A customer sends you a photo. It could be a selfie, a couple, a family, or even their pet. You transform that photo into a totally different art style, like fantasy, anime, oil painting, cyberpunk, royal portrait, whatever vibe your customer wants. And with AI, the results are fast and jaw-dropping. This works so well because demand is insane. People order these as gifts, wall art, profile pictures, you name it. Most of these orders aren't even for the buyer themselves. They're last-minute gifts for anniversaries, birthdays, holidays, etc. That urgency is powerful because when someone needs a meaningful gift fast, digital and personalized wins every time. Some sellers have already crossed 6 figures doing nothing but AI portraits. And here's the key. Variety wins. The more styles you offer, the more customers you attract. Each art style can be its own product. Your photo as a fantasy painting. Your photo as a Pixar-style character. Now, here's a smart scaling move. If you create 15 to 20 styles and offer versions for singles, couples, families, and pets, you can easily have 50 or more listings without much extra work. A big catalog means more keywords, which means more sales. So how do you actually make these? It's really simple. The customer sends the photo, you drop it into an AI image generator and give it a clear style prompt. Then the AI uses the photo as a reference and generates the artwork. Sometimes the first result isn't perfect. No big deal. All you have to do is tweak the prompt and regenerate until it looks great and still resembles the person. Once you've got a solid image, upscale it for quality. Then do quick touch-ups in Canva or Photoshop. You can adjust colors, contrast, or add some tiny fixes, nothing crazy. Here's a trick that boosts sales instantly. Mock-ups. Show the art framed on a wall or on a canvas. Nowadays, Canva and mock-up tools make this super easy. When people see it as wall art, it clicks and the perceived value goes way up. You can sell the digital file and offer printed versions as an upsell using print on demand. No inventory, no shipping headaches, but more profit. You following? Good. Here's a pro tip. Pay attention to what styles actually sell. Double down on the winners and cut the rest. This hustle works because it combines personalization and creativity. People love seeing themselves reimagined. And once your prompts are dialed in, this becomes extremely scalable. You can even outsource parts of it later and turn this into a real operation. And for pricing, 30, 50, or even $100 per portrait. It all depends on complexity and format. And with minimal costs, the margins are very hard to beat. Another fear I hear all the time is, isn't this market saturated? And the way I see it is that styles change and tastes change too. The people who win aren't the first ones in. They're the ones who adapt fastest. Now, let's cover the third method. This one is my personal favorite because it hits on emotion in a way almost nothing else does. These are called future self-portraits. Instead of showing someone who they are today, you show them who they're about to become. This isn't just art, it's motivation and visualization rolled into one. Here's how it works. A customer sends you a photo of themselves or their child and tells you their big dream. Then you use AI to generate an image of them after they've already achieved it. For example, a medical student wants to be a surgeon. You deliver an image of them in scrubs, standing in an operating room with their name on the wall. A new business owner dreams big, so you show them in a sharp suit, high-rise office, looking like a CEO, or a parent sends you a picture of their 5-year-old who loves space, and you create an image of that kid as a future astronaut on a mission. That moment when they see it, that's powerful stuff. The psychological impact here is huge. You're giving people a visual anchor for their future. Every time they look at it, it reinforces, that's where I'm headed. That's why this sells so well. People don't just buy art, they buy belief. This is the kind of thing people screenshot, they save it. And then they frame it. Parents buy it and say, I want my child to see this every day. Adults buy it and say, this reminds me why I started. That's not a transaction. It becomes pure attachment. And here's the craziest part. Almost no one is offering this yet. I searched the usual marketplaces. They're practically empty. This is a wide open niche. And if you jump in early, you become the person known for it. Let me show you what this actually looks like in practice, because this part sounds more complicated than it is. When someone orders, you ask them 3 simple questions. What's the dream? What does success look like? Any specific details you want included. Here's an example. The dream could be, I want to become a successful architect. Success could look like this, running my own firm and designing modern buildings. Details could be glasses, clean modern style, city skyline. Confident but calm. Now you take their photo and you feed everything into AI like this. Using the reference photo provided, generate a realistic future self-portrait of this person 10 to 15 years in the future. Keep the face recognizable and consistent with the original photo. Show them as a successful architect wearing modern professional clothing, standing in a sleek office with architectural models and a city skyline visible through large windows. Expression is confident, calm, fulfilled. Lighting is natural daylight, soft and professional. Style is photorealistic, high-quality portrait. That's it. If the tie looks off, you tweak it. If the background feels wrong, you regenerate until you get a good one. But the face? Modern AI does an incredible job keeping it recognizable. You're not creating fantasy characters. You're creating believable futures. Same person in a new life. Now here's the secret sauce. Along with the portrait, include a short letter written from their future self. Something encouraging, personal, real. That one addition turns this from a cool image into a deeply emotional keepsake. And yes, people get emotional reading it. Package everything together in Canva. Use a clean layout and a polished design. Deliver it as a printable image or PDF and encourage them to frame it where they'll see it daily. Because this is so personal and almost no one else is doing it, you can charge premium prices, often more than standard AI portraits. And since you're early, you set the market. Now that you've seen all 3 methods, let's talk about how to actually get customers and how to scale this into something big. And if you're thinking, this feels almost too emotional to sell, remember, people already pay for coaching, vision boards, and motivation. This just makes it visual. Important moment here. Do not try to do all 3 at once. Pick the one that feels easiest for you. Parents who are searching for storybooks, artists who are looking for portraits, or motivators who are seeking future self. Just one. All right, now let's talk about getting paid, because that's what you're here for, correct? Now that you've got the services, here's how you actually get customers. First, marketplaces, Etsy, Fiverr, Facebook. Marketplace. These platforms already have people actively searching for custom, personalized gifts. You're not convincing them to buy, you're just showing up. On Etsy, create a listing for your service. Storybooks, art portraits, or future self-portraits. Use simple, obvious keywords so people can find you. Stuff like personalized children's book, turn photo into art, future self-portrait, or something similar. On Fiverr, do the same thing. Create a clear gig with a clear title. Only pick one. Next, social media. This is where things really take off. TikTok, Reels, and Shorts are perfect for this because these are visual transformations. You show the before, then you reveal the after. That's it. A plain photo, then boom, fantasy art, storybook page, future self-portrait. People love before and after content. It's addictive and insanely shareable. End with something simple like DM me to get yours, or link in bio. Speaking of bio, you'll want to keep it simple. Use a link tree or card page that links to all your services. That way, when a video pops off, people know exactly where to go. You should also think about where your customers already hang out. Parenting groups, teacher communities, gift-related forums. Share your work in those groups. Be genuine and don't spam. Half the time, just post in, look what I made with A. I get people asking, can you do one for me? One important mindset shift here is don't act like a faceless company. People love buying from real creators, especially for personal products. So share behind the scenes and show orders going out. You can also build a simple brand around you. And reviews? Reviews are everything. Early on, offer a small discount to get your first few customers and honest reviews. Photos from real customers build instant trust, and that snowballs fast. Now let's talk scaling. If orders start coming in consistently, your time becomes the bottleneck, and that's a good problem to have. The solution is systems and delegation. Figure out what takes you the longest and outsource that part first. Is it Canva layout? Then hire help. Maybe it's image generation? Then train someone on your prompts. As you delegate fulfillment, you focus on growth, so you'll be able to create more listings, do better marketing, and provide faster responses. Create templates for everything to save time. Save your prompts, your Canva layouts, and your style guides. The more plug and play this becomes, the faster you scale, and the more consistent your quality stays. You don't need to do everything at once. It's actually better to start with one service. Take the time you need to master it, then systemize it. Once you get comfortable, then add another. Cross-sell to existing customers. That'll help you build multiple income streams inside one simple business. Just remember, scaling doesn't mean cutting corners. These products work because they feel special. You'll need to protect that quality. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a real business. And if you treat it like one, meaning you deliver on time, you communicate well, and you keep improving, then this can absolutely grow from a side hustle into something serious. Alright, now let's wrap this up. We just covered 3 powerful ways to make money with ChatGPT: personalized storybooks, AI art portraits, and future self visuals. These aren't theory. They are real services people are paying for right now in markets that are still wide open. And here's the real question. What are you going to do next? Because excitement doesn't pay the bills. Every successful online business, no matter how weird or simple it started, began with someone saying, all right, let's try this. And that's your move now. Pick one idea, just one, make the listing, post the video, and create the first example, even if it's free. Your first version will be messy. That's totally normal. The goal isn't to be great, it's to be in motion. Motion creates clarity, and clarity creates confidence. And if you want help doing this the smart way, I've got you. Join the private community below. That's where people are sharing real examples, real feedback, and real wins. And you'll get unstuck way faster than if you tried to figure this out alone. Now, an important heads up. In the next video, I'm breaking down something most people completely overlook. How boring. One-page websites can quietly make you money. No funnels and no complicated tech. Just a beginner-friendly, step-by-step system that pairs perfectly with everything you learned today. If you want to turn these services into something that runs even when you're not working, you don't want to miss that one. So click the next video, join the community if you want support, and go take your first real step. I believe in you. Now go make it happen.